right, welcome. Let's talk about how we can create animations with our names or your pet's name or whatever you want, really. We're going to animate letters. So today, I'm going to introduce you to a project that's just a nice, easy transition into the idea of coding. So I got this from Google CS First, which is Google's computer science curriculum. And depending on your boards, what they allow for you to sign up, it may be something worth looking into, and it is a part of the course that I mentioned toward the end of this presentation. But for now, we're going to check out how we can animate our name. So this is a great project to bring to your students if they haven't coded before. If they have done lots of coding before, no problem. I've got lots of different projects you can try out in my course that I'm giving you as well for free. So here's how we animate our name. So you just click create, and now it's going to put it all together for us. Here we go. I like it. Looks good. Comes with a cat. Everybody likes it. I'm going to get rid of myself here because you don't need me, and I kind of get in the way. So you'll hear my voice, but not see this face. All right. Here we go. So first things first, we are going to be animating our name. So to do that, we actually don't need this cat. So we are going to delete the cat. And now what we have is a completely blank project. So we want to animate our name. First things first, why don't we add a backdrop? So let's figure out where we're going to be. So I'm going to choose a backdrop, and I think the beach seems like a place I would like to be right now. No March break this year, no worries. We'll go to the beach and scratch. And now what I need to do is I need to insert sprites. So sprites are the characters that you code so that you can make them do things like little images that go on. And sprites, you can choose your own. You can paint them. You can just get a random one, or you can upload images of your own to be sprites. So for this project, we're going to be choosing sprites, and we're going to be finding letters because we want to animate our name. Now I'm going to make mine very simple. So you can see there's 3 different types of letters that they have. So I'm going to pick this one. So the first letter is a C. And then so what I'm going to do first is just add all my letters so that I have my name first. So C, A, and I can move them. And then I'm going to add a third letter. I'm just going to do Cam. I prefer Cameron, but it just takes too long. So Cam is an M. Hey, there we go. So now it says Cam. And now what I'm going to do is each one of these letters is separate. You can see when I'm clicking on them right here, it changes which letter I'm working on. So you always know which one you're working with. And so let's start with the C. We can animate the C to do all sorts of different things. So let's pause, and I'm going to go deeper into it in 1 sec. So we may be thinking, well, how do we animate our name? What do we do now? Cameron, how do we do this? Well, this is why I've given you the link to the Google CS First page, which the link will take you here. And if you go down, it has a variety of add-ons that show you different things you can do with your letters. So you could have a new backdrop switch every time you click on it. You could make a sprite dance. You could make it say. You could add background music. Just a ton of options. So let's just start out simple and have it grow and shrink. I think that's really, really neat to do. And what's cool about Google CS First or this is that it allows you to create, it allows your students to go in depth with the ideas that matter to them. So they want to do grow and shrink, another student wants to make it wave, another student wants to make it draw. You get to have those choices. You're empowering your students to make those choices. So in here, this video is going to teach us in 3 minutes and 48 seconds how to make our thing grow and shrink. I'm going to show you how to do that anyways with C. So we're going to go to control or into our events tab. So what is going to happen? So when I click on this, actually, you know what? What we want is when we click on the C, so when this sprite is clicked, the C, when I click on that, what do we want to happen? Well, I want the size to change. So I want to, and down here inside of motion or look, so every single tab's a little different. What we can have is we can set size, we can change size by 10. So now every time I click on C, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. If we change that number, change size by 100, it gets really big. And what we also want to do is we also want it to start out normally though, right? So when the flag is clicked, which is what usually starts the game, that's how we have things start the game, we would like to set size to 100%. So that brings it back to normal. So now when the game starts, but if I click on it, bam, the C gets bigger by 100 and 100 and 100 and 100, and it's huge now. And we're back to normal. All right. But that's not all. You could have other things happen as well. You could also, when you have the you could switch the costume every time it shrinks. So switch from 3 to 2. So now when I click on it, it changed color. It changed color. So it's always going to 2 and it's going back to that and we're back to here. So we can also have this one start at 1. So when the game starts, it looks like this. And when you click on it, bam, it changes the costume and changes the color. So now 2 things happen with that part of my name. My name is being animated. Great. Get that back to normal. Well, what about the A? What can we do with the A? Let's look back and see some of our options. Something else we could do too, if we wanted to go back to normal, is one really cool thing is in control. You can have things wait and then go do it again. So check this out. If I now wait 1 second and then bring this back to set size 100 and switch costume, now when I click on it, it goes big, waits a second, and comes back. And so you can actually change it to 2 seconds. I think that looks a little bit better. But you can actually play with it. And that's the joy of this project as one of the first projects you introduce to your students. You show them how you've done one letter, and then you give them the options from the Google CS first. And then they're going to be able to animate and play with all of their different letters. So let's look at the A, and then we can move on from there. All right, so to do the A, we're going to again click on the letter A. And remember, all these different add-ons allow us to choose which one we want. So if I want it to change the color when it's clicked, let's check out how we could do that. Remember, you and your students could watch the video, but I'll just show you how I would do it. So what I would like to do is, again, when does this event happen? Well, it happens when I click on the A. When I click on the A, we want to change color. So how do we change color? Well, you could change the color effect by 25. And that allows it to change every time. And now every time I click on this, it changes color. So click this, whoop, boom, doot, 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 boom. Now you can also, I was making those sounds with my mouth. I don't know if you believe that, but you could also have it make a sound. So if you click on sound, you can choose which sounds you want to have it. So in here, we can go in and see all the different sounds. So I could make it meow, or we can go and if you click on sounds, you can add a sound that they already have in there. So they've got things like electric guitars, pianos, aliens. I love that. So I'm going to pick big boing, boing, and now I'm going to go into my code. Now, every time, I'm also going to have it start the sound big boing. So now when I click on A, and I click on C, we have different things happen. So I've started to animate my name. So those are just some of the options. And remember, these add-ons will give you videos on how to do all of that and then much, much more. So I really hope, nope, not that. I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope it makes sense and it's a great way to start. And I'd love to see your projects when they're done. So good luck and please ask me if you have any questions. All right, I will say bye.